welcome back. Continuing from where we left off in the previous episode, I picked up all the tar equipment and I am moving over to the Evo Devo biologist. I have been pushing Sam extremely hard in the last couple of episodes, and he is showing the fatigue of me doing so. I can only recommend, from what I've learned, make sure you stop off on a safe house, or when you get to a distribution center, let Sam rest. Go ahead and get the bonus 25% stamina. That will last you at least until you get between the different orders that you take, whether or not it's an order for Sam or if it's a standard order. Be fully aware of the amount of bandwidth that you're using. I have focused a lot on establishing a zipline network, but my zipline network only really takes me around areas that are in the mountains, in the snow areas. If you're walking around snow areas, highly recommend you using a all-terrain skeleton. And because I have established a lot of zip lines, I've used up a lot of bandwidth. So for every zip line that I've placed down, that's 500 out of the 20,800 or so units of bandwidth, that we'll call them that. 500 for each zip line post that I put up. So I've used a lot of it, and I'm currently maxed out. I don't even think I could go into PCC. I don't even think I can lay one down, because you can see I need 350. Timefall shelter, everything here. I've got 0 bandwidth left, and because I've used a lot of it for putting up zip lines, and you can see like they're 500 apiece. So, yeah, just be aware my batteries are going extremely low for my, I guess, can I charge my battery with chiral crystals? I don't think I can. I might have to end up carrying all of this. And I don't see any charging stations around. Yeah, so I think some of the more important things that I use, you can disassemble them, and that might have been something that I could have been doing. I could establish a zipline network that I need to use within a specific area or between 2 extremely difficult areas, but I've just been using them like I've got an infinite number of them, and that is not the case. So I should have left myself with the ability to fabricate a charging station right now, because I could really use one, and I'm about to lose my battery charge, and I'm gonna lose my stuff here. So I'm gonna try to see if I could carry this all. I've got this carrier here, so I don't need the skeleton anymore, but I do need the tar. Don't necessarily need the oxygen mask. So let's see if I can carry all of these, which I can. That puts me to 85. Now, if I carried the rest of this, I guess I could put it on there, which I can. And then we're going to take the floating carrier, put it on the back as well. And then we're going to move up here and take a couple of these. I've got everything on my back. Now I'm at 103 out of 135. So I'm burdened quite a bit, and I'm in sand, and I've got a limited number of health. Battery depleted. Charge the battery. Oh, so I need to go this way, I think. Hold on. So let's see where I need to go, so I'm not pointing in the wrong direction here. All right, so I do need to go this way. I need to go to 4. Yeah, you can see how my stamina is getting pushed lower and lower. So always keep an eye on your stamina. Let Sam rest. Make sure you properly plan. I've properly planned in many cases, but I was planning to primarily get zipline networks going, not necessarily to traverse on foot. and I was getting very greedy with those zip lines, and I kind of overburdened the network with those zip lines. So just be cognizant of what your bandwidth is, what you're carrying with you, how much you can carry, your battery, Sam's stamina, all that stuff. So I highly recommend jumping into a safe house and letting Sam sleep, because you can see the hash mark on my stamina bar there is eating away at the fourth section that I have. And I could, because I have this little heat pack over here, when I drink it'll actually give me something. If you don't have that heat pack when you drink, it doesn't really give as much stamina back to you. Alright, so I'm about to connect the Evo Biologist to the network, and that is a lot of my effort over the last couple of episodes. I'd say the last 2 episodes has been connecting the biologist, the paleontologist, and now the Evo Biologist as I move forward to Edge Knot City, and increasing the overall strength of the chiral network. And the chiral network establishment across the United Cities of America is the name of the game. All right, let's meet the Evo Biologist. I believe it is a female. I think the paleontologist was saying a her when he talked about the Evo Biologist. So I believe it is a female biologist.
I'm impressed, Sam.
I am correct.
Not many people would have even attempted this. May I have a look?
Well, I did put them in the storage container and send them down to you.
And the tar inside is safe and secure. You do not disappoint, my friend.
One, two. See if I get any, get a +1, that'll take me to 95. Almost a 200, 5 more away.
Now, connect me to the chiral network. That's where my studies will truly begin.
Biologist is in, and now I have a grenade launcher. An interview with Evo Biologist, tar bubbles. Couple connections.
Thank you.
And she's clear.
It goes without saying, but I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs and the Death Stranding. After all, both it and Timefall are the defining features of the post-Stranding ecosystem. Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence. Such factors may lie dormant within us all, a choice waiting to be made. For every being since the advent of life itself. If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar. Evidence of these genetic decisions that may aid us in navigating our current crossroads. In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater detail. I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which, my analysis of its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab? Preparations are finally complete for the chiral relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Alright, so making my way back to Hartman's lab.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
All right, let's standard orders. Mobile carbon exoskeleton parts to the biologist. Back to the geologist. Recover samples. Hartman's lab. Live fish. I am going to Hartman's lab. Alright, so what do I have here? So, all-terrain skeleton. I think I'm gonna put that in the cargo shelf. Oxygen mask, which I don't really need right now. I could probably make another one at another time. Climbing anchors, don't really think I'm gonna be needing those, which I haven't been using a lot of. Alright, let's put those in the private locker. Let's back out. Oh, I need to fabricate a skeleton. Definitely need to fabricate a skeleton.
Delivery parameters updated. Time limit set.
Alright, so live fish. Let's get back in there. Let's get a... let's definitely get a all-terrain skeleton level 2. Heck yeah. Let's go ahead and equip. Alright, I need to recycle some stuff. Let's recycle everything in my storage here. Alright. Recycling is really important too. If you've got things that are damaged, recycle them. Get some materials back so that you can construct more things and continue your progression forward. Don't leave anything behind that you've constructed. I have made the mistake, so don't make this mistake, of stacking up your private lockers with things that you're not going to come back for when you could be using those materials. Get rid of like some of the structures that you build if you're not using them as much. You may even need to disassemble some other people's structures if they're not as beneficial to you. It all sort of synergizes to, you know, the people that you like, the structures that you give likes to, will all connect you.
Thank you for your contribution.
All right.
Stay strong, Sam. We're in your corner.
Oh, there's a zip line all the way up there. But no zip line that I can see me being able to connect to. Like, I guess maybe if I connected here, I could zip line over to there. Is that the intention? So let's climb up there.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
And I think that's one way that I could look at putting my zip lines or reducing some of the zip line footprint that I have that's taking up a lot of the bandwidth is I might have to hike a little bit, but don't take all the hiking out of the traversal. Just, hey, I've got a zip line way up here, let's get to the top of this peak, and then when I get there I can, you know, break up some of the long trek that I have to do. So the battery that is I'm currently using is about to deplete. And what battery do I need? What do I need to use to charge my battery? Okay, so because the battery doesn't work, I guess I could still... Don't you fall down. Come on. Come on. Find a grip. Find a stop. It should just be like regular feet. May not have battery power, but... Z pattern. Z pattern. No, 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 no. Okay, come on. Thank you, rock. Alright, get your health back. You ready? Alright, zigzag pattern. Zigzag pattern. Watch my stamina.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Alright, take a breath. Almost to the top here. Alright, take a quick breath. Cross this zip line, bypass all of that. See what we've got here. Probably cut over to the right. Hopefully that's just a for looks thing and that isn't actually going to fall on top of me. Alright, I think I am heading in the right direction. Should be going over here to Hartman's space. So let's carry it over here, and probably through this peak here, and then down through here, maybe over this way, then down through here, and then over to his area. So charging the battery, losing cargo you picked up. Cargo that you find along the way and subsequently lose may sometimes be delivered to share locker near its intended destination by other porters. those things disappear, or what's causing those things to roll downhill? Are they going to be there permanently now? Are they going to disappear? That was kind of scary. Is that Higgs boys trying to make things difficult for me? Not a lot of charging stations around. I thought I could use the chiral crystals to charge my batteries.
There we go.
Rolling Over by Low Roar. More songs that I have to make sure that I talk over, otherwise I get copyright claimed. Yeah, I mean, most of their music is populated through the game at specific moments like these, to where you're just sort of traversing this large landscape on your own, and you are in you exist with other humans. I mean, you all are sort of in this together, and Sam is putting his foot forward to try and reconnect everyone. So I think my strongest memory of songs that enter into a game when you're traversing was Red Dead Redemption, and you're moving from sort of the area that the main character occupies throughout the game, and then you move over to Mexico, and that sort of transition while you're riding your horse, this music comes on, this guitar solo is kind of takes over, and it completely fills your psyche, your stream of thinking, and what you see before you is just a vast open world. And that's sort of what Low Roar's music and Church's music does, and I think it's Ludwig that does a lot of the original soundtrack for the game. I think it's a great soundtrack that's just very mellowing and very down to earth, and it kind of grounds the character in this world. So I have to talk over it because of YouTube's thing. I wish they would be aware of the music that a game already has in its soundtrack, so that we aren't copyright claimed for this stuff, because I'm just using music that's already in the game. I'm not adding to anything. I'm not creating anything that doesn't already exist. So it looks like I might have gone around the wrong way. I don't know if I can go up to the left here, or to the right. So yeah, I really dig the song style that Hideo Kojima went for here, and wow, does that look steep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it down this way. I have to do some pretty tricky zigzag patterns here. Oh, 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 oh. Nope, don't. Whatever you do, just don't fall down. I don't need the cargo that I'm trying to deliver here. Look at that. Look at that. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm trying here. All right, let me take a rest. It's like he walked up a mountain that I didn't want, or a rock that I didn't want him to walk up. And all right, let's drink some of this. And BB's a little upset, so let's hold this button here. Check on BB. Soothe Lou. I guess it's Lou. I should call him Lou. It's okay, Lou. It's okay. Don't cry. I know I fell down because my analog stick pressed into geometry that I really wasn't wanting to go into. So I apologize. It's okay, little BB. It's okay. It's okay. There you are. Yes, I know. I know. It's been a hard life. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you back to a point where you're happy because it seems like you're just going down. So I'm going to stop soothing BB because it's not really doing me any good. It is pretty steep. Don't know why I decided to go this way. Alright, so I'm probably going to get copyright claimed for that because there is too much of me not talking over the music, and that's probably enough for it to find the music and then, oh, there's a copyright claim placed on your video because somebody, I guess, has the ability to come into a random video and listen to the music that just happens to play in this particular video. I do all my video capturing and editing on the PlayStation 4, and Twitch isn't available on the PlayStation 4. I'd have to like pump it through a computer. Twitch is available on the Xbox One, but not on the PS4, so I can't stream directly to Twitch. If I could, I probably would. I'm not sure what the copyright claim algorithms are for Twitch, but it's just really annoying. I mean, I paid for the game, so which means I'm pretty sure I paid for the right to do what I want with the content that I paid for, and having a copyright claim just seems a little ridiculous. That's like being charged for a car and then being, restricted from advertising the paint color that you chose.
Someone's happy.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
That should give me my 3rd point on star number 3, or my 5th point on star number 3. Got an A. Yep, that should push me into 3 stars. Alright, BT bandwidth is increased. So I was in the 20,000, but now I'm in 21. Lightning blue for the mask, lightning blue for the backpack color, increase on the amount of materials. I haven't gone up 1 on anything, so I'm still at 195.
Thank you for your continued support. Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Alright, so I'm going to go over to the lab area and talk to Hartman. I like how everything that I still have loaded on me is carried into here.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Dead Man. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Die Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it. So I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles. But some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand, that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a death stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a death stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the president is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a death stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Sam is now turned into a double agent. Thanks, Hartman.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm coming, Amelie. I'm coming. Alright, so let's take on a new order over here.
It's time, Sam. When you're ready, proceed to the shore of the tar belt and begin work on the chiral relay. Once it's ready, use the Cupid to bring it online. The necessary materials are prepped for you. Supplies are limited, so handle them with care. You'll be carrying a lot, too. All things considered, this might be one of your hardest runs to date. Hartman knows more about the site than I do, so he'll take it from here. It's about time for his wake-up call anyway.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Right. About that way station. The site we have chosen was an original candidate for the way station we lost to the tar belt. Ironically, we suspended construction because we deemed it a little too unstable and not worth the risk. But this time, it's our best shot. So let's hope we weren't right to change horses in midstream. Fortunately for us, the foundation we laid down is still intact. All you have to do is transport the necessary materials to the site and finish the job. I'm afraid it's the only way we can expand the network further west and rescue Amelie. We're counting on you, Sam.
Alright, so the distance is long. It's about the distance it would take me to get back. Not impossible, just long. So bridges, cargo condition, accepts. Alright, so I'm probably going to have to bring some, I mean, I'm not fully charged either, right? So bringing a floating carrier might not be even, I might not even be able. I could probably put a charging station up. So let's get the floating carrier, offload that, and then put these and this one on the floating carrier. I think I could probably put some of these other things on there, but I think I'll just carry that. I think I'll be good there. Alright.
Order assigned.
Alright. So, based on where I've been before, should be able to get back there via zip line. Right? Yes, maybe. Maybe walk back over here and take that zip line over. Or cut through here. Cut through here, go over, down, walk through all of this, cut through here, flow down this, keep flowing down, keep going down, and then get right there. And I guess that's going to be the edge, huh? Is that going to be it? Alright, so let's map this out. Let's get rid of all my other markers. Alright, let's go here. Let's go this way because I've walked this way before. Let's go down that way. Let's cut down through this, down through here, up here, continuing down, right? Maybe go down this way. Yeah, let's go down this here to here to here to here. It's about as far as I can go, I guess. Walk through all this as well. Maybe climb up this way. See if I over here, back over this way. Go straight down this. There. Ooh, I don't know if this is going to work. Alright, so we've got A, B, C, D, E. Alright, let's go that route. This one's going to take me a while, so charging stations. Do I have PCCs? Alright, I've got 2 PCCs and I'll use those to charge. I've got a charging station right up here, so I will definitely use that. And then just make the long trek. And that might be a double episode.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Alright. Alright, so we're at about 45 minutes in this episode. I'm going to trek through, trying to get as far as I can, but it'll probably... I'm not going to make it all the way. I'll try to do it on foot because I'd like to do it all on foot versus trying to use zip lines because this is sort of what makes the game special, is the effort that you put in, the distances that you travel, the terrain that you cover, the places that you see, the people that you connect, the objects that you bring to connect those people. So instead of using the zip lines, I'm gonna push through and just do the whole thing on foot. So we'll go through another 15 minutes, continuing to push forward, and see how far we can get. It's probably going to exhaust Sam quite a bit. Hopefully I'll come up on some safe houses that I can rest at that have been placed down by other players. Alright, coming up on rain. It looks like I'm going to be going through some BT infested areas. I think this heat pack that I've been wearing has been depleting my battery much faster than usual as well. But it says it keeps me more stable, and then when I want to... so I'm going to go ahead and move forward at a normal speed until it starts spinning on me, and then I'll duck down. Doesn't look like I'm going to get a spin from the guy to my right, but I might get one over here to my left, maybe. There's another one to my right. Alright, there is one ahead of me here. Alright, so he is spinning. I think I'm going to try to come up and cut this umbilical. Moving forward. I'm most concerned about BTs that... Why is he red? Maybe I can't cut his umbilical. So I'm not gonna try. Before I thought that the noise that the floating carriers made, would get me in trouble. But I guess they don't. Really don't know how squatting down makes me any quieter. Alright, I think I'll go ahead and cut this guy's umbilical. Take a quick breath. Walk up and do the exact same thing to this one. stand up normally. Alright, it's just a quick click. Faster clicks would make me want to walk, kind of squat down a little bit, not make as much noise. Alright, here's where I'm coming up on some steep terrain. Making sure that I can actually do this without like losing my footing. Coming up on 50 minutes for this episode. Alright, I'm gonna have to do some zigzag pattern for this one. Yeah, good job, good job. Alright, so this is extremely steep terrain. I have to do a zigzag pattern for this one. It'd be great if I could, you know what I think I'm gonna do? It makes a lot of sense. Is if I have enough, I'd like to lay down 2 zip lines. If I could lay one right here, that would be great. Let's see if I'm even capable of doing that. Alright, so PCC. Alright, so I have 500. Alright, so I should be able to lay this down. Obstacle detected. Alright, so I'm going to put this one. Like, I'm not worried about really. I don't understand why there's calling it an obstacle. Why are you doing that to me? What obstacle? I don't. It's really kind of getting to me right now. I think the all-terrain skeleton is helping me with my fatigue, being able to get down this without stumbling. I definitely wouldn't do that, be able to do that otherwise. Alright, I'm going to see if I can put this zip line over here on this hill. The area that I'm supposed to go to, I believe, is off to my left. I almost feel like maybe I will get to it, but I think I got to Echo, so I've got C, D, and all of E still left to Alright, let's see how far away this spot right here is. So I think if I go down there to my left, I'm not going to be able to see the zip line anymore. So if I put a zip line right here, how far away would that be? 254. Oh wait, cool. There's other zip lines to go to. This might actually be a perfect spot. So let's put one up here then. Still connected to all 4. Oh, this will be perfect. Yeah, heck yeah. Alright, so I'm 265 from that one, 187 from that one, 224. This is actually a good spot. And I can use it right away. But I won't use it. I can use it, but I'm not going to use it because I said that I would get down to that last destination on foot. Alright, so we're coming up on the end of this episode. I am about halfway with my battery. I'm coming off the mountain, so I'm back into some of the more green area. Hopefully I come up on a charging station here soon. That would be extremely helpful. A lot of things that I've learned about the game, having gone through the mountainous areas, getting a little reliant, getting very reliant on the zip line system that I wanted to create, finding that I do have a bandwidth limitation, and then shifting the way that I play based on that limitation. And I think it's very rewarding learning experience. I do see a charging station right over there, and it's this type of connection to other players and the connection to the overall landscape, because I mentioned in some of my earlier episodes that I would like to play through Death Stranding not connected to the internet, to where I don't have all these I don't have all this assistance. Now, it's not necessarily the way the game was meant to be played. It was meant to be played online. It was meant to have these connections, because I do feel a great sense of appreciation for the other players and what they place in the terrain to allow my game to progress much smoother based on my plan and what my expectations for the travel or the traverse from point A to point Echo and everything in between. So it'll definitely be a different experience, but I definitely want to try. It'll be a longer game, I think. I'd probably almost add 10 hours. I probably saved 10 hours of collecting materials and constructing things, and the travel time has been reduced. But it's definitely something that I want to check out. I want to try. All right, I'm going to call this the end of this episode. I appreciate you watching every episode that you have. If this is the only one that you're watching and this will be the last, I appreciate you stopping by. Please leave your suggestions, your comments, any questions down in the comments section below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll check you guys on the next episode.